Hey guys, this is Johnny, NC Trailers. So maybe you're moving to North Carolina with a trailer or you just purchased a trailer. We'll take a look at how to title and register your trailer. But first, let's get a quick rundown on what the titling and registration requirements are in North Carolina. So the titling requirements, you need to title your trailer if you're planning to garage it in North Carolina for 6 months or more each year. The DMV treats trailers just like any other vehicle, so the titling process is fairly similar to what you would do as far as titling a car or a truck. The registration requirements are that if you're towing a trailer on North Carolina roads with a vehicle that's registered in the state of North Carolina, then your trailer must also be registered in North Carolina. There are a few exemptions to this, such as tow dollies and some agricultural trailer types, but generally the trailers that falling into this circumstance will need to be registered in North Carolina. All right, so now let's take a look at how to title and register your trailer. So the process, you might be purchasing a trailer that's registered in another state or simply moving to North Carolina with your trailer, but either way, you'll need to title the trailer in North Carolina before you can register it. So the first thing we want to do is get our documentation together. So you'll need a valid North Carolina driver's license or ID. So new residents, they need to get a North Carolina driver's license before they can title and register their vehicles in North Carolina. You'll need proof of insurance on the tow vehicle. We do have an insurance requirement for the tow vehicles in North Carolina when registering a trailer. So you'll need to be able to provide proof of that, which could be a deck page for your insurance, or the insurance card would also be able to provide proof of insurance. This is what an example deck page would look like from an insurance provider, and it just lists your policy, your limits of liability, and so on, so that they can ensure that you have the proper insurance to be able to title. If you want more information on trailer insurance, we have other information out there in the form of blogs and videos that you can check out. So you'll also need a bill of sale. The bill of sale is going to be the information from who you purchased it from and who the buyer is. In your case, if you're the one registering the trailer that you just purchased, it'll be your information. It'll also include the date, and the VIN number of the trailer and the purchase price. And typically both parties will need to sign it. So you'll need the bill of sale as well. All right, so on new trailers, you'll have an NCO that looks something like this that will be reassigned to you on the back. And on used trailers, you'll have a title. So the title will look like this, and it'll be reassigned to you on the back. This is blank, but normally you would have the information filled in here to reassign the title from the previous owner to the new owner. And on a used trailer, if it's 5-year models old or newer, then you'll need a damage disclosure statement as well. So once you get all of your documentation ready, whether it's a new trailer with an MCO or a used trailer with a title, you'll need to visit the DMV tag office. That's important. Don't go to the driver's license office. Go to the tag office, and they'll take your documents and they'll generate some other forms. They'll generate a title application that'll need to be signed, and then be able to begin the registration and retitling process. Now, some circumstances where you're moving from one state into North Carolina, maybe your previous state of residence didn't require titling, or maybe you've lost your title. If you need more information on how to title and register in North Carolina without a title, then check out our other information that we have in the form of blogs and videos on that. We walk through how to go through that process. All right, so registration. The registration card would look like this. It has the owner information and insurance information and trailer information listed on the registration card. And then you'll have two options for registration for a trailer. You'll have a single year tag that looks like this. The single year tag, you pay a little bit less at the time of initial registration, but then you renew it every year just like a car. And you have a multi-year registration option, and the tag for the multi-year looks like this. The multi-year tag is good for as long as you own the trailer, and it never requires another registration renewal. So you never have to pay more renewal fees or go through the hassle of renewing. Now, it does cost a little bit more at the initial time of registration, but we recommend for customers planning to own their trailer for 3 years or more that they go with a multi-year registration. It'll more than pay for itself after the third year, especially with the time savings for not having to renew. And the registration card for both, again, looks pretty much the same, with just noting whether it's single year or multi-year on here. All right, and then the title. The tag office will take your MCO information and your bill of sale information, or your title if it's a used trailer, or you're transferring from another state. They'll take that information, and then they'll submit your title application and the supporting documentation to the DMV central office. And the central office will process the application and then mail back your title. So that'll be the process for getting your title. The registration, they'll be able to provide you while you're at the tag office, providing there's no issues that you run into, but they'll be able to provide you with your registration card and your tag while you're there. Again, your title will be mailed to you. All right, so potential issues that you might run into when titling or registering, and we'll get into how to avoid them as well. Unfortunately, this is a common occurrence, people running into title and registration issues. So some of the issues you might run into are civil penalties. These include unpaid fines, late fees, property tax issues, and other things that would prevent you from being able to register and title your trailer. This typically is found at the tag office at the time of registration. Their system will throw up a flag, and then it'll say you have to resolve the civil penalty before you can get your trailer registered. So to avoid that, check with the tag office. Make sure that you pay any fees or fines that they're showing in their system to avoid delays when you take the time to gather all of this information and actually go to the tag office. The last thing you want is to get a curveball that says, hey, you've got a civil penalty, you're not going to be able to register your trailer today, go get this sorted out, and then come back once you get that sorted out. So we want to avoid that. Another thing that can prevent registration and titling is liens. If the trailer has had a lien on it that has not been released by the financial institution, then the tag office will not transfer the title. Now, they'll need what's called a lien release form to be able to release the lien and transfer the title. So how do you prevent this from being an issue? Well, if you've paid off your loan, then get a record of the lien release from the financial institution. The liens oftentimes are listed on the front of the title in the circumstance where there's a used trailer purchase. If you see a lien on the listed on the front of the title, but there's no lien release information either on the title or subsequent documentation to support that the lien was released, be careful, because there may still be a lien on that trailer, and if there is, the tag office will not retitle and register that until that lien is satisfied. All right, so another problem that you'll run into is improper titling or improper reassignment. The titles and the situations you run into can vary quite a bit when you're trying to reassign a title on the back of the title. Here, errors, omissions, various things come into play that will prevent the tag office from being able to complete the title transfer. So that's a real problem that people run into quite often as well. So how do you avoid it? Well, getting professional title work done is a big way that you can avoid, it's a big measure you can take to avoid running into title issues around errors and omissions. So if you go with a dealership, or you go to the tag office even to have them assist with a title transfer, that would be advised. Purchasing from a dealership will reduce the likelihood of title errors because they typically have professionals that are accustomed to the various titling situations that come up, and then how they need to reassign titles for various circumstances. There are a few dealerships in North Carolina that are DMV hubs, and not only can they do title work, but they can actually register your trailer for you when you buy your trailer, and they'll hand you your registration and tag at the time of purchase. And these select dealerships are required to stay compliant with regular titling training and registration training. So for more information on trailer DMV hubs, we have blogs and videos out there that you can check out on that, which I would encourage. But that's a great way to avoid titling issues. All right, so by understanding these title and registration requirements, you can ensure that your trailer is compliant with the laws, and that these the requirements are a little bit of a hassle sometimes, but they're really designed to help protect you and your investment and keep you legally covered. So if you're considering purchasing or selling your trailer, I would recommend that you first take a look at a reputable dealer that is a DMV hub. They're typically the ones that are the most compliant and the ones that can provide the fastest titling and registration services whenever you are going to purchase or sell your trailer. Again, they're trained and required to go through those trainings to stay to remain a DMV hub. And they also prevent you from needing to go to the tag office yourself. So if you buy a trailer from a dealer that's not a DMV hub, you may have to go to the DMV yourself, which is another big hassle that you don't want to have to deal with that after you just went through the process of buying a trailer. So I have lots of recommendations around why you should buy from a reputable dealer to avoid longer term after the purchase hassles. But in the end, you want to get everything correctly titled and registered so that you have peace of mind when you're towing your trailer over the road, whether that be for going on an adventure or going to work. We don't want to have to deal with titling and registration issues if we don't have to. So again, I hope you found this helpful. My name's Johnny, NC Trailers. If you have any title or registration questions, you need trailers, parts, service, come by, check us out on the web, nctrailers.com. We'd love to hook you up. Thanks.